morning, guys. How's everybody doing? My name's Andy. Today we'll be doing some workout exercises with me. I just woke up, so I'm like stretching too and getting ready for this workout. So I hope everybody is also ready. Before we start, there's a few things I want to talk about. A few key points. First of all, drink water. During the exercises, you should have a water bottle around you or just have water near you. So I'm always going to be pausing and telling you guys to go drink some water and come back to me. So there will be reminders, but it's also important that you guys get it in your system that it's important to drink water and stay hydrated. It's going to help you avoid headaches and feel, like dizzy during the day, especially this next few days. They're going to be really hot. So make sure you stay hydrated. Another thing is, before we start every workout, we're always going to do a warm-up. It's very important not to skip that part because that's what gets your muscles ready for the workout, because we've been laying in bed or not doing much from the last time we worked out. Everybody has a different period of time that it didn't work out, so we need to get our muscles ready for it. It's kind of like when you wake up and start stretching and have breakfast, drink your coffee. It's kind of like that for the muscles, okay? For the next part, there are certain things that we're going to use around the house, or if you choose to use them. I'll show you in just a minute. Make sure you guys put them back where they came from, okay? So you don't want to get in trouble by taking something that someone might need later. If you take something from the kitchen, so just put everything back in place when you're done. After we're done with the exercise, we're gonna move on to the cool down part. Please don't skip that, right? It's kind of like the warm up, but a little bit different. It's to stretch the muscles at the end so that the next day you're not as sore as you would be if you don't do it. So when you work out, your muscles get tense sometimes, so the cool down just like stretches them, and then your body's ready to move on to the next thing. And last but not least, have fun. Okay, there are parts of this workout where you might have to push yourself, and that's okay. Don't push so much that you're gonna get hurt, So just have fun, do what you can. If you need to modify the exercises, that's fine. If you wanna bring someone else that lives in your house to do it with you, that's great. If you wanna do it by yourself, that's fine. You can pause the videos at any time. Take a break if you need to, and always drink water when I remind you to drink water. Or if you need more, then you can drink more water. Just don't drink so much that then you can't work out. Okay? So let's start getting ready for the workout. Okay, guys. So a few things that might be around the house that I like to use. I use little water bottles for my little weights. Fill them up with water or sand. Then I found this Gatorade bottle. Is gonna be my middle size weights, a little dumbbell, and the water jug, bigger one. Fill it up with water or sand. That's gonna be my bigger weights. You'll see as exercise go, then you'll see what you can use, what's better for how you feel, if it's too heavy or not. You can use bags of rice, sugar, flour. Make sure they're closed so that they don't spill all over the place. You can use cans. But anything you use, just remember, put it back where it comes from so you don't get in trouble, okay? Okay, so we're gonna start with the very, very classic one, jumping jacks, okay? So we're gonna do 10 of those in place. Just make sure you clear everything around you so that you're not hitting things as you're working out, okay? I think I'm at 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, shake it up a little bit. All right, we move on to the next part of the warm-up, okay? We're gonna do, I like to call them hip openers. Some people call them something else. But, so we're just gonna bring our knees up and we open it to the side. 2, 3, switch leg, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, how's everybody feeling? Mornings. Sometimes they're hard. But I hope this helps, right? 9 and 10. Alright. Now, since we're already at the legs, we're gonna do this toe tap So we just come forward with one leg and try to reach our toes. Then we switch the leg. We do the same thing. You can't reach your toes and it just goes like this. It's fine. Don't overextend yourself. That's perfectly fine. But just go as much as you can. We're gonna do 10 toe taps. I think that's 8, 9, and 10. All right. I always like to shake it up in between things to get my blood moving up and down, okay? Next step, we're gonna do arm circles. So we're gonna start going back, kind of like we're swimming backstroke. I'm a swimmer, so I love everything that has to do with swimming, but I have no water here, so I'm gonna swim in the air. I'm gonna do a few of these, alternating. If you don't like alternating, you can do them at the same time. The only thing with that, when you do it simultaneously, if you alternate it, you move your body side to side, but if you do it simultaneously, it's a little bit harder, but whatever works. We can do a little bit of both, right? Then, same thing, but we're gonna move forward, circles, alternating circles, moving forward, kind of like freestyle or curl. And then the option is also simultaneous. We could do it like we're swimming butterfly. We could do it standing up. All right, and then shake it up a little bit. Shake our feet, right? Okay, now if you have a jump rope, you could use it. If you have a piece of rope, that might also work. Or like me, you could use your imaginary. So you can alternate your feet, go one side, you can jump like this, or if you like to jump both at the same time, it's also okay. Or if you want to jump on one side, and then you move to the other side. You just do this for a few more seconds. One. Again, if you're like a super expert with jump rope and you want to do one of those where you cross the rope like that, that's also okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo-hoo. I feel like I'm waking up now. I was a little bit sleepy before. Okay, so little pause. Guess what? It's time to drink water. Alright guys, the way we're gonna set this up, I'm gonna show you a few different exercises in a certain order. And once you do one of each, that whole thing all together is gonna be a circuit. Okay, so I'm gonna do the one full circuit with you guys, and then you can repeat the whole thing all over again in the same order that I showed you, or you guys can switch it up a little bit, do it however you like it, but we're gonna do each exercise one after another before we repeat them. Does that make sense? Cool. Okay guys, so for the next exercise, I like to use my little weights, water bottles. So we're gonna start with our arms right in front of us. We're gonna go all the way up, all the way to our side, and down. And then we're gonna come all the way back up, forward, and down. That's one rep. Okay, so we're gonna do 10 of those, like this. 1, and here. Then all the way down, and 2. Side, and 3. Side. So we're gonna do 10 of those. When we're done, we'll have a little sip of water, and then we get back to this. One thing that I forgot to say for the previous one, if you want to do it without weights, that's also fine, or if you want to do it with something lighter, feel it like when you're lifting, feel your body, listen to your body, and then you can decide based on how you feel, okay? For the next one, it's called arm crossover, but we're going to do it a little bit twisted. We're going to do it with a punch, okay? So we stand just natural standing position, arms all the way up, and we're gonna cross over like this. Then the arm that was on the top goes to the bottom, so we cross over, we get on our guard, and we punch and punch. Okay, so cross, guard, punch, punch, cross, punch, punch. So 1 rep will be cross, guard, punch, punch. That's 1. Second one, guard, punch, punch. That's 2. Okay? So remember, each rep has 5 steps. We cross like this, cross the other way. Guard is the 3rd step. Punch 1, punch 2. That's 1 rep, 5 steps. We're gonna do 10 reps of those. Have a sip of water and carry on. Okay, for the next part, I like to challenge myself a little bit more sometimes, and sometimes I'm in a lot of pain. So like I said before, you could use weights or leave them to the side. But for this next one, I'm gonna use my middle weight, okay? And what we're gonna do, it's called a knee drive, okay? So I'm gonna hold my middle weight right here in front of me, and I'm gonna try to reach my weight with my knee. So that's 1, 2. That's 1 rep when you do 1 of each side. 1, 2. 2 reps. 1, 2. So we're gonna do 15 of those, okay? If you don't wanna use weights, you can just hold your hands like this and try to do the same thing. That's 1 rep. Everything else is the same. 1, 2, 2 reps, okay? So it's up to you. If you wanna try with a bigger weight, go for it. I don't want to do it because I have to hold my arms up in the air with those weights, and focusing on my legs might be a little bit too hard for the morning. So you could also do it with the little weights if you want to. If you want to have one on each hand, like this, and go 1, 1, perfectly fine too. You choose whatever is more comfortable with you. Do 15 reps, have a sip of water, and we come back. All right, everybody. So we're already at the leg workout part. So for the next one, I'm gonna show you sideways a little bit. We're gonna lift our knees again, but this time we're gonna either clap or just put our arms together under our legs like this. That would be 1 rep. 2, 1, 2. So 1, 2 is 1 rep. Then 1, 2, 2 reps. Does that make sense? If you don't want to use any weights, we'll just go 1, 2, 1 rep, 1, 2, 2 reps, and so on. We're gonna do 15 of those. Again, have a little sip of water, and then we carry on. I may start drinking a little bit of the water from my weights. Just kidding. I don't drink that because then your weights are gonna be empty, right? So just have another water bottle for that. Okay, have a sip and come back. Okay, so for the next bit, this is why the yoga mat was here the whole time, not just for decoration. You could use a towel, or if you're already like, if your room's carpeted or something, it might be easier. If you have like flat pillows or cushions, that might help. I like yoga mats. If you have a yoga mat, that's also obviously one of the best options. But the goal of having something under your back is so that you don't hurt it when you're doing crunches or any exercise on the floor. So it doesn't really matter what it looks like as long as you're protecting your back, which is the most important thing. So even if you want to pile 1 or 2 towels on top of each other, you have 3 if you need to. Try not to use something so thick, like don't go and do it on your mattress, because if it's too thick, and then it might make you do wrong movements, or you might sink in it. So that's not a very good idea, but it's an option if your back really hurts and you don't have anything else lying around the house. Okay, so for the next one, I'm gonna do crunches with a little twist. With this water bottle, this is what I choose for my workout. I'm gonna hold it, link my fingers. I'm gonna hold it straight in front of me, and I'm gonna come up and go between my legs with it and go all the way down again. Okay, so we're not gonna use this to come up like that. That's not okay, because then we're just using our momentum to come up. Okay, so arms straight in front of us, and we use our core to come up. This part of your body, you're gonna come all the way up and go through. That's 1 breath.
2. If this is too hard and you just want to go a little bit up like this, that's the modification for this one. That's okay. You don't have to go all the way up. Just do what your body lets you do. And if this isn't helping you, just put your hands together like this and you're gonna go through your legs the same way I just showed you with the bottle, but without the bottle. And you can shorten your range of motion. You don't have to come all the way up. You can just move up away from the floor a little bit, as long as you feel your core working out. We're gonna do 12 of those reps. Have a little sip of water, not too much, because we're gonna stay on the floor. And if you have too much water, it'll just travel up and down. Not a good idea. So a little sip and come back. Okay, we're almost done with the circuit, not the workout, guys. So hang in there, we're almost there. You guys are doing great. So continue with our crunches. This time I chose to use 2 little water bottles, one on each side. I'm gonna lay on my back again. And what we're gonna do, separate our legs a little bit, make a little angle with our knees, and we're gonna bring our shoulders away from the ground with our arms extended to our sides. We're gonna try to reach our heels. So 1, 2 is 1 rep. Each side 1 time, that's 2 reps. 3, 4, and so on. Okay, if you get too tired to hold yourself up, that's okay. You can do 1, 2, and come back down. 1, 2, and come back down. Or if it's still too hard with the bottles, we just do it with our hands and we try to reach our heels. 1, 2, 3. Or if you don't want to use the bottles and still push yourself to stay off the ground, you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? We're gonna repeat that 15 times, and that will be the end of the circuit. What do you mean that's the end of the circuit, Andy? Like I said before, that's the series of exercises we're gonna do for 1 circuit, okay? Depending on how you're feeling, if you felt like that was too much and you're done for the day, you're almost done for the day. You're done with the exercises, you don't wanna do it anymore, that's perfectly fine. You can move on to the next clip that I'll show you. But if you feel like you still have energy to go a little bit longer, that's when we start repeating the circuit. So we could do this whole thing that I just showed you guys in the same order, or you could rearrange the exercises however you want it. Maybe you want to put the hardest one at the beginning and the easiest one at the end. You can arrange it however you want it, and repeat the whole thing all over again. You can do it 2, 3, even 4 times before you move on to the next clip. If you feel like you're done and that was it, you can keep playing video and we go on to the next clip. Sounds good? Okay. So here we are, guys. You made it. It's almost the end. So before we can say we're done for the day and you guys can relax your body right now, we have to do one more thing. It's called the cool down. It's very important to stretch your muscles at the end of a workout so that you're not so sore the next morning, because you might not feel it just yet. But when you go to sleep and you wake up, if you don't cool down, if you don't do like the final stretch, then you're gonna be way more sore than you would if you don't do it. Okay, so if you do it. So we're gonna start off by slowly going down to stretch the back of our legs a little bit. Gonna stay there for 10 seconds. It's okay if you can't reach your toes. If you come all the way to here and you feel like your back and your legs are already stretching, that's okay. Everybody has a different body, and you have to do it based on your body to make sure that it stretches but it doesn't hurt, okay? So we stay there 10 seconds, then we slowly come up again. Okay, we're gonna stretch our arms a little bit. We're gonna start with our arm in front of us. You pull it, don't bring your shoulder all the way up, keep it relaxed, and then you just pull it in front of you. A few more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, same thing with other arm. You could hold
hold it like this if you want to, whatever. I usually just go this way, but whatever's comfortable. I like to move my fingers when I'm doing that, just to get my blood moving around a little bit. And just like at the beginning, shake it up a little bit in between. Now you're gonna grab your elbows, bring it behind you, and pull back. Make sure you're looking up. Don't look down. That's gonna stretch the wrong muscles. You might hurt yourself. 3, 2, 1. Same thing. The other arm. And remember, always stretch based on how your body's feeling. You don't want to overextend yourself, but also make sure that you pull it enough so that you can feel that your muscles stretching. Okay? Shake it up a little bit again. Now we're gonna move on to the floor. A little bit so you guys can see me. Okay, so for this part, we're gonna put our feet together this way. And if that's already enough stretch for you, and you wanna stay here, that's fine. If you wanna stretch a little bit more and you wanna come down, that's okay. I like to come all the way down to feel my legs stretching. I'm gonna stay there a few seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now we extend only one leg. You can, my friend the mosquito. You can try to touch your toes. If you can, that's fine. If you can't, that's also okay. And then you just stay there a few seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna do the same thing, but on the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna do a big stretch up. And deep breath in and out. Now we're gonna stretch our arms in front of us with our fingers linked. You can go like this or like this, depending on what is more comfortable. Try to open your chest, breathe in, deep breath in and out. And then we're gonna do the same thing with our arms back. Try to open your chest as much as you can. In and out. Your neck a little bit, and that's it. Now you guys are done. Great job, everybody. If you finish your exercise and you loved it and want to call more people in the house to do it, bring them all in. Teach them what you've learned.